trying to be a parent, but I gotta run an errand. I promise when I'm back, I'ma feed my kid a carrot. Damn, this stuff is tough, man, I thought it was inherent. I'm trying to be a parent, I'm trying to be a parent. Sometimes you gotta drink, cause that shit can be kinda stressful. Sometimes you hit the blunt, cause that green will help you rest, yo. You know your ass be slacking when you gotta look up things on YouTube. Like, bro, how you wipe your baby boo-boo? Now welcome to the podcast, trying to parent and make moms laugh. Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Sean is the name G. Yeah. Now welcome to the podcast, trying to parent and make pops laugh. Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Sean is the name G.
Yeah. Let's go.
Speaking of looking things up on YouTube, I felt so old yesterday because when I was playing Spyro, I couldn't figure out how to get to one platform, so I had to look it up on YouTube.
It's got to be so much easier now to find things. How did we even get
I don't know.
cheat codes and shit? And then you would print them out.
Yes.
And
get the guidebook and all that stuff. And now I'm just Spyro, this level, this thing I'm trying to do. And it was like a 5-second clip of exactly what I needed to do. And I was able to.
Except you're not double jumping or something?
Well, I had to kill 2 guys to make this platform go up, but it was behind me. So that one was a little confusing. Yeah.
Amanda was playing Spyro yesterday.
I had to how do you say it? Jiggy rig.
Sure.
Whatever. I had to rig the cord to make it work because I must have just packed the wrong one when we moved. I have no idea, but it works now, so whatever.
Yeah, she literally had to cut a cord.
I shaved.
I
shaved a rubber
and
electrical cord.
Yeah, and then put it into probably why it was plugged in. She's like, I want to shave this knife while it's plugged in. Anyways.
Not while it's plugged in.
Welcome back. Episode 30 of the Trying to Parent podcast. Teach your kids, if they're going to do electrical things, make sure
there's no plug in.
Plugged in.
Yeah, it's not plugged in.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and get a little stuff on deck for them today, but
let's get social. With social media.
All right. If it's your first time today, somehow, welcome.
Welcome to the 30th episode. If it's your first time. There's no need to go back and listen to all of them, but you should.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at trying2parent, and then YouTube because we're filming. I actually tried to put on presentable clothes today.
Thank you.
I was like, I always look really bad.
It's not true.
That's trying space, the number 2 space parent. So go on and give us a little watch.
And also, if you have not left a rating yet.
Yes, please leave us.
Subscribe. 5 stars.
Subscribe, follow, 5 stars, a little message.
All that good stuff, yeah.
If you like a nugget we drop, or if we made you laugh.
Or if you completely disagree with what we talk about.
Yeah. Well, then you just call
means.
us or text us and explain, because obviously we don't have any fucking kids yet, so I don't know what's actually going on in these streets. So
how do we get out of these streets? Exactly. And how do you reach out to us? Well, I'll let you know. Last week or this week we were supposed to take our first caller, but didn't work out because I totally forgot that I was getting tattooed all this weekend. And
we normally film in the afternoon. It is currently 9 in the morning.
It's 9 in the morning.
On a Sunday.
But our caller who will be calling us next week will hit us up on this number. Kat, that's you. Call in right now.
360-450-5008.
Nope, she's definitely calling. Definitely calling. Next week will be our first call-in. A parent who's been around the block.
Yes.
Has plenty of good advice and probably some not so great advice. Just what we're looking forward to hearing.
She's a deep person when you get to know her.
Deep thoughts with Kat. Anyways, so this past week, pretty solid week. We took off Tuesday and went and hung out with our friend Tom Lotz and his family. They live in Denver. They came down on a vacation to stay at Cozumel, which is right across the old ocean from us. And yeah, went over there, hung out with them actually twice, but had a great long day with them on Tuesday, where we rented a boat. Well, actually, we didn't particularly rent a boat. It was their friend's boat.
Yeah, family friends.
Yep. So all we had to do was tip the guys out at the end, but got a boat. There was, 10 of us?
Yeah, something like that. It was really
10 of
fun.
us. Went out to this beautiful area.
Called El Cielo.
El Cielo.
There's a little bug on the floor over there.
Fuck that
Oh,
bug.
it's a gnat.
Ugh. Oh, it's one of those
God.
little, it's not a gnat, it's one of those stupid little bugs that fly around that are so easy to kill.
Yeah, they're
we'll
pretty
kill that.
stupid.
That bug's stupid. Yeah, go into the electricity thing. Good job, bug. Stupid ass bug. El Cielo, yeah, so we took this boat out to essentially a place where you
We went snorkeling.
went snorkeling first.
Oh, nice.
It's a lot harder to dive down deep in the ocean than it is in the cenote. I was exhausted out there.
Because the water, the
Water
salt.
was a little choppy.
The
and
salt makes you float.
Yeah, the salt is makes you lighter for sure. So after we did a little snorkeling, saw some nice reefs, went over to this other portion. I didn't realize how big Cozumel was, but
Yeah.
felt like we were boating forever.
Yeah, it took us like 45 minutes to get over there.
Yeah. And so it's like a kind of a belly high, maybe-
Sandbar type.
yeah, just pool water looking
So clear and
I mean,
gorgeous.
as clear as it could be. And if there wasn't any like sort of waves or any wind and the water was just perfectly still, it would have been like you were just looking right through it at the sand. It was so clear.
And there were stingrays.
We swam with a bunch of stingrays. I mean, at one time there had to be 8 to 10 of them.
Yeah, they were
Started out with one. We're like, oh my God, look at that one stingray. And then they were just everywhere, which was super cool.
There's 2 barracudas.
Oh my gosh. The barracudas. So I've never seen a barracuda in person with all the times I've been in the water and all the beaches that I've been to all over the place. But like somebody pointed it out and then somebody grabbed some goggles and everybody just like started one at a time looking at it. And everybody's reaction was the exact same. One, you would think that they would be darker, like the skin would be darker, the scales. No. They were almost fucking invisible
Almost
in the
clear,
water,
yeah.
which was crazy. 2, this thing had to be 4.5 feet long,
It was massive.
and I'm talking like at least 12 to 16 inches from top to bottom thick.
Thick, boy.
And then you go down, and everybody had the same reaction. They got the goggles, went down in the water to like look at it. It was a little ways away. Not that far away. I'm talking like maybe 15 feet, which was dangerous because those things are super fast. And everybody's reaction was the same. They go down there and they look at it, and they're like, okay, I'm good.
Nope, once
I'm
is
good.
enough for me.
That thing's eye had like the fucking just death in its eyes. You could see its teeth.
It just had some razor sharp.
And again, it was like 15 feet away from you. And again, those things are very fast. So you go down and look at it, you're like, that's enough for me.
I'm
Plenty.
going to stay over here.
Yeah, plenty good. And they were just like chilling. He was just chilling in that spot for a while.
Yeah, because the people on the boat were making fresh ceviche.
And stuff. So
yeah,
they throw some scraps over the side.
and it was just like,
But
So fast.
holy shit, that thing could come rip your leg off in a second.
yeah,
Stingrays didn't seem to mind at all.
No,
They were
they
just
were-
swimming right by him.
yeah.
But
Ballsy.
yeah, everybody had that exact same reaction. They're just like,
Nope,
one look is, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm
I
gonna
think I'm gonna
just
go
gonna walk over
here.
here.
So fucking scary. Very big too.
You can
like-
see them good from the boat, but just not in the water.
Yeah,
because they're
so
so
from the
light.
top they have like maybe some darker scales on the very top of them, but on the side it's like a silvery white, bluish, and it just with the sand, the light coming through the water, all of that, it almost just blends in. People are like, "Where is it? Where is it?" You're like, "Fucking, it's right there. I'm standing and you're under the water, and I can see it right there, and you can't see it." But
Yeah, dangerous.
all about the reflection. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
Stingrays were really cool. That was creepy and And quickly realized this is not my domain. This is not where I'm, at my strongest. If that thing came after me, I'd be like, well, I'm fucked.
The ocean is just a wild place.
Wild place. Let's see. We had that conversation with Tom when we were sitting out by the pool.
Tom is one of our coworkers, by the way.
Yeah, Tom, lots. We work with him in insurance. And when we were sitting out with his family at the pool, the first time we went over there, he was talking about how him and his wife spend a lot of time together. They essentially do everything together, and basically so do his kids. I think he has a 19-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, we just always do essentially everything together. And people think it's really weird. And we started talking we basically do everything together.
Yeah, they're they grocery shop together. They just all hang out together.
Yeah, they just do everything together. He's like, yeah, sometimes we'll do things where the girls don't come, but I really like my wife. I really like my family, and I always want to be around them. I mean, you obviously don't get that much time. I would really like to hang around my parents a lot more now, but now that you're older and you're gone, you're not living with them, or you're not really close to them, that it's not that much of a possibility.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was funny. Isn't that why you marry somebody?
Yeah.
To hang out with them all the time and shit? That's the whole point. And then you have kids and you hope that, hey, my kids like me enough that they want to be around me as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, your life doesn't stop once you have kids. Your kids just go with you. Don't listen to people who say, oh, your world stops when you have kids. She's like, nah, you'll be fine.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Ask the people in Europe.
Don't stop.
They don't care about kids. They're like, we're going to go have some drinks tonight.
And you're coming with us.
And we're going to just have you right here with us. If I spill a little drink on your head, not a problem. Oh. So, thought that was funny.
Yeah, oh.
It's good to know.
Yeah. True love.
Yeah.
Where you want to be.
If you don't want to spend a bunch of time with your spouse,
what are you doing?
Check yourself, because you might have wrecked yourself with that marriage. I should be getting a nice little check here at the end of this month from a bonus from work, a couple grand. So that's pretty exciting, pretty cool. Probably going to put a chunk of that towards Tokyo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The internet?
Oh my God, the internet. You want to take it away?
Yes.
Take it away on the internet. You guys have been following this.
You guys have been following this internet story
crazy story
for months.
For months. I know you also can relate to struggling with getting your internet at your place for months and months. So.
Yeah. So as you guys know, they basically were supposed to come 2 Thursdays ago, and then they never showed up. And then they're like, yeah, we'll come basically any day over the next 10 days.
Here's the thing. They were supposed to come 2 Thursdays ago for the last 18 Thursdays.
No, we actually had a real appointment. Remember, I said I found out at 1 a.m. They were like, oh, by the way, they're coming today. So basically the same thing happened. Our landlord texts us. It was Friday, so 2 days ago. Our landlord texts us at 11:30 or something in the morning. And he's like, hey, I need you to generate a code. They're coming right now. And I was like, oh, word?
Good thing we're home.
Good thing we're fucking home. Because he was like, yeah, I messaged them and they said it'll be next week. And I was like, they've been saying that to me literally every single week for the last 2 months. And he's like, I don't know, I'll just keep trying. And so he goes, the technician finally answered and said they'll try and install tomorrow. And I was like,
sounds promising.
Okay. And sure enough, they came and the dude installed. He didn't speak any English. However, I'm not 100% thrilled yet because our previous allowance from the old company was only 60 megs. So what they did is a soft install. So they just replaced the 60 megs and they said at some point, any of these upcoming days, they will up they will upgrade the allowance. So I had asked him if we had the max, which should be 750 megs. And he's like, yeah, it's fiber. But our landlord dude said 300. And I don't know if he was just saying that because he thinks that was the max. But I sent him the screenshot of the online thing where it says internet only packages, 750 megs. He's like, that's interesting. Is that what you originally requested? And I was like, well, we originally requested 500 for 899 pesos, but now they upgraded it to 750 megs for 899 pesos. So I would imagine I would fucking get the fastest, even in a whatever.
Shit,
So
I'll take the 300.
I know, like
it.
anything will be better than the 60. Just God, please. It's still at 60 this morning.
We weren't even getting 60 before, though. Anytime I tested it,
I get
we were
40
matching
in
out
my
at,
office.
Yeah, anytime I tested it, it was maxing out at 50. Now we're getting 60.
Now we're getting 60 with a 20 upload.
Upload
Previously
speed
it
doubled.
was 10.
So yeah, hopefully they take the restraints off here soon in the next couple days, and we
Yeah.
get full access. I don't even know what that shit means, how they have it limited to that amount, but
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
let me tell you guys, it was a hassle. I mean,
We're like we have half our body in the door.
yep. So
It's
we
a
got
work
the
in
hard,
progress.
we got the hard part done, which is them
Fucking
showing
getting-
up
yeah,
and
showing
installing. Now we just have to get on them about
the speed.
taking the band off so we can get some real access.
Yes, but yes.
If I seem like low energy, it's because I had a 7-hour tattoo appointment yesterday, and boy,
That
I
just
forgot how much that takes out of you.
you were so out of it yesterday when you came home.
Yeah, you're like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know.
I'm like, you
I
need
don't
to
know.
eat and you need to go lay down, like
It was tough, and I'm going back again today
for
at
another
noon,
long set.
which is one of the reasons why we're doing this now.
Yeah, I didn't even stay up to watch the fights last night.
Yeah. So
Pena Nunes.
speaking of tattoos, I'm sure there'll be a totally different way that our kids get tattoos by the time that they're at the age of getting tattoos. Like, if they're doing all this wild shit now, AI, 3D printing, they've been fucking remaking organs and eyes and shit for all this time. I'm sure they're going to get to the point where they're just like, hey, we can just put this tattoo on you. Like, real simple. I don't know how cool that's going to be, because part of the experience is
With
it's sucking.
enduring the
Yeah.
extreme agonizing pain.
Literally, you're just getting tortured for hours. Some places a lot easier than others, but boy, it can be tough. Anyways, what is your feeling on, 'cause for sure, I imagine the kids will get tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
What is your feeling on age when it's appropriate to start getting first tattoo?
I would probably say 18.
How old were you when you got your first one?
16 or 17, and it was a mistake.
I got my first one at 17. I think 17 is a good age. You're probably a senior in high school, depending on how everything plays out.
I think it really depends on also what you're trying to get. Like if you're stupid like me and it's like, I'm going to get this stupid thing by someone who's not a professional.
Well, yeah. One, I went to somebody who was really good.
Yeah.
My dad took me.
Yeah.
You have to get approval from your parents at that age if you're not going to somebody's garage or basement.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I think at 17 is a good age.
I don't know. I still feel like you don't know anything about what the fuck you're doing at 17.
But what's 18 going to change? Oh, I've had one more year under my belt. Like, what you should do is come up with a tattoo idea, sit on it for a while,
Yeah, definitely sit on it.
and then kind of figure that out. But
Yeah.
I felt like when my parents took me at 17, it was like,
But you were like one of the only few kids that had tattoos too. That was not normal.
yeah, there was nobody else in my high school with tattoos.
Exactly. Not saying that that's for a reason, but it's also, I think, kind of for a reason.
But then I came back like a year or 2 years after I graduated to say what's up to, people, teachers, coaches, and whatnot. And I walked through the school and I saw like 10 people with tattoos. And I'm like, you fucking hoodlums. Look what I started. But yeah, it's weird to see kids in high school with tattoos, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about just being in college makes it feel better to me.
I also kind of think like, depends what kind of kids you're talking about, because you see some of these kids that play sports that look like grown ass fucking people, and you're like, makes sense that you have tattoos. Yeah, you're 17, but you're 6'8", 240 pounds. Like, you're a man. You can handle it.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Yeah.
But
Lot's daughter had a tattoo on her
she has a
side.
couple
Yeah.
small ones.
And I think that, those were small, cute things. Like, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. By the time I graduated, I had the crown on my shoulder, the king on my back, and the half sleeve on my left arm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right? So I'm getting pretty excited to go to Japan here. I just realized that we're like 60 days away from our national conference, just under 60 days away from the national conference endeavor, which means we're just under 90 days away from going to Japan.
We need to book our hotels.
We do need to book our hotels. Shit, good point.
Because all the YouTube videos say that their hotel rooms are actually kind of limited for how big Japan is, especially if you want to be in certain areas close to the metro stations. So,
Yeah, we definitely got to book those.
yeah. I was kind of doing a little bit of research, but got a lot more to do.
Yeah, there's a lot more to do. We need to figure out what area we want to stay in, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what gets me excited for having kids? There's many things that get me excited for having kids. But, and this one's more so when they get like a slightly little bit older, the fact that we'll always have snacks on deck.
I don't need more snacks. I need healthy snacks.
Love snacks.
Yes, you do.
Getting healthy snacks here is not the easiest thing. They don't have like a healthy grocery store. Say like if you would have like the U.S. has like Whole Foods or something.
Sprouts.
Sprouts, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't particularly have, they may have something like that here. But I will tell you, we had the rest of that steak again the other night. And it was
Still fire.
still fantastic. We had it with a mushroom risotto, which we got to get that again as well. That was just, we may just go to Costco now out there to get our meats because they got the meats, son. That steak
It's
was
Arby's. They got the meats.
It was funny because we ate it, froze it, and then ate it again. And nothing's ever as good the second time around like that, unless you're talking about certain things like pasta or whatever that sit and chili get better. But fuck me, that meat was just as good.
It was still really tender.
And it was like at least a week after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about this last week.
I really crisped it up in the cast iron. It got kind of crunchy.
That's how I like it, right on the fat side there.
Yep.
It's fantastic. But
It makes the house so smoky.
yeah, it does.
So smoky. Thank God there's no fire alarms in any apartment.
No way that we could have done that back in our old Washington house.
No.
If you sneeze, it sets off the fire alarm. You're like, this doesn't even make sense. If you're cooking something like noodles and steam was coming out of the noodles from boiling the water, it sets the fire alarm. You're like, what the fuck is going on? How does this work? It was so sensitive. Nina was always freaking out about it.
God.
So we just start blaring. Here, they're like, we won't notice until the entire place burns down.
Yeah, because there's...
Hey, don't give me the hand. I'm working right now. Thank you. Yeah, this whole place fucking fills up with smoke, and it's just like...
And we just have, like, the fan blowing out into the patio. The screen door is open, but there's, like, a tear in our screen door, so the bugs just get in. So it's...
Mexico life, son.
Mexico life.
The things they don't show you on
House hunters.
HGTV Mexico life. But yeah, no fire alarms.
No.
They're like...
But they're all over the businesses, just not in the apartments.
Yeah. They're like, hey, if things catch on fire, you're in a cement box. You're just going to kill yourself. So that's cool. Safety. But again, they don't have baby car seats here.
No.
So people just put their babies places or hold them or, it's all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah,
That
crazy.
It's so different here in so many ways. It's so funny. That girl that you mentioned on the Facebook was like, hey, I just moved here. I'm out in Cancun. I'm looking to travel down to whatever playa. Where do I get a car seat from?
No, she said, what are the car seat rules?
Oh, what are the car seat rules?
And everyone was like, there are none.
Listen, ma'am. What's a car seat? I'm telling you. We don't even know where they sell them.
No, I think we might have to get it on Amazon. I literally don't know. I don't think I've seen them at the stores.
Isn't
maybe.
that crazy? Because in the U.S., they'd be like, oh, you don't have your baby in a car seat? You're fucking arrested. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Child endangerment.
Yeah, it's very serious there. Here,
People are just holding their babies in the front seat of the car.
or on scooters with like 4 other people on it.
And a
the
dog.
babies are like standing, holding the gas brake, riding the scooter themselves. Like
At like 1 year old.
it's wild. It's fucking wild. So, they're making tough people here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Our
Like,
parents were tougher back in the day. They had to sit in the back of the car and you hit a little corner and
just
back there in the seat and, hey, homie, come on. I'm trying to do the podcast. Just relax. I know. I love you. Mommy already took you out to go bathroom.
Yeah, she pooped. She's fine.
Okay. So, yeah, no car seats. So if you want to get us one for baby shower or something, we'll take it because we have an American car. I don't know if like cars are different out here or something with how baby seats fit in them, but
No, I wouldn't think so.
they're just like,
It's all still the same manufacturer.
we don't do that. Waste of money. I get a baby seat. Anything else? I mean, we have other things to talk about, but
I don't think so.
all right. I haven't been getting great sleep lately,
Me neither.
which kind of worries me because once we have a child, I know we'll be getting essentially no sleep, team no sleep.
0.
And that leads to like
Irritability.
agitation, irritability, arguing with your spouse. A lot of people talk about that beginning time as one of the hardest because you're just always on edge.
Because you're not
Training
getting
for
any
the
sleep.
Marines. You're just like, oh, you haven't slept in 6 days?
Add one more.
Marines.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking forward to that, and I'm hoping to get as good of sleep now as possible. I don't know if you can
You're
like
telling me I'm the mom. I got to breastfeed every 2 hours.
yeah. If I could,
I'm going to be real cranky.
you will. Nina, we're not looking forward to that either, huh? But that's not something I'm really looking forward to. Luckily, you're reading your baby sleep book.
Yep, the Baby Wise book that talks about feed, sleep cycles, and how to get your baby to sleep through the night in the first, 6-7 weeks. And
Your mom said something funny about that. She was like,
yeah, she's like, good luck.
that ain't gonna work.
Babies wake up when they want to wake up.
Which I get,
It's
but
semi-true, but I think structure is still
yeah, I mean,
something you can
somebody
try.
wrote the book and it's pretty popular for a reason.
Yeah.
But also somebody wrote the Bible and that's pretty popular for a reason. I don't know how that goes. Speaking of the Bible, actually, let's get into highs and lows first. My chest.
Yeah, I bet you're so
Bow, bow. It's time for highs and lows. It's time to do highs and lows. Alrighty. You have a high?
My high is we technically finally have Telmex.
Yes. It's going to be a big deal. Again, I'll even take 300.
Yeah.
As long as they can up this shit. Because it's funny, we were talking to Tom's family and they were talking about Telemex.
They're like, yeah, that's the best.
They're like, it's great. It's great out here. We're like, oh, that's cool.
That's what they're just teasing us.
Yeah, we'll love it. We'll let you know when we get it. That's a good high. Man, that took so long. I
Yeah.
can't even believe that. Almost took as long as a pregnancy. It's like half a pregnancy to get this installed.
February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, 4 months. Holy shit.
Crazy.
That's funny.
And any lows?
Lows, I would say. Well, I did have an appointment that rescheduled for today, so hopefully they show up.
Yeah.
But another high would be that it kind of we did an assist first sale.
Yep, that was in
Oh.
my highs right here. You got your first sale since being full-time.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, I assisted her on it, but that's only because the guy was specifically looking for
The type of policy that you are the guru at.
I specialize in IULs. So she talked to him, passed him off to me, and we essentially set it up all in kind of a one-call close type of thing, which doesn't happen much with those type of policies. But that's why I was on the phone with him for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So that was good. Another positive high in our week is our agency is starting to grow again. We currently have 3 new agents in the onboarding process. I have 1, Matthew. What's up, man? Ray has 2.
Oh, she has 2?
Ray and a guy that used to do door-to-door sales.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
he's gonna
gonna
do
be
great.
Chatting with him tomorrow. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Wow,
getting
she's
some
killing it.
growth in the agency here. Getting real excited about that. Low, I would say, was I was a bit out of it this past week with work. Just didn't feel like I was super engaged. Wasn't really feeling it, which it's not good. I need to be on my shit. So
You're allowed to have weeks like that. I have weeks like that all the time.
yeah, but this week will be better. Re-engaging, my friends. Now we can talk about this portion that I really wanted to talk about. We were talking about this the other day. The whole religion thing and how people view other people that are in religions, or people who are religious, how they view other people.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some people that are close to us in our life. And if you were not aware, it is Pride Month. June is Pride Month. So big deal for a lot of people out there.
Yes. And I hope all of you homophobes are uncomfortable. No.
Yes. So it's so weird because you can like have really great relationships with people and obviously disagree with them about things.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't agree with everybody about everything, all their views, how they raise their kids, you know, whatever falls under that umbrella.
Yeah.
But there's a few things that I don't really stand for, and that's being closed-minded or thinking that you have the right to believe that you're better than somebody or that they're lesser than you because of what they are. So a lot of people in religions, I'm not saying everybody in every religion, I'm not saying even everybody within the same religion, but a lot of people don't view gay, trans, LGBTQ, all of those people as
Equals.
They don't view them as, oh, that's not right. You're not doing the right thing. This was not God's way, whatever. And that shit fucking blows my mind.
Yeah.
There's not many things that upset me more than just being ignorant. And I relate it so closely with how people feel and how they push that. They're like, hey, it says right here in the Bible, like, this is not supposed to be this is not supposed to be that. These people aren't supposed to be together, so on and so forth. That aligns exactly with how I feel about people who are racist. There's no difference. You think that this person is less than you or in the wrong because of something that is
They can't
100% out of their control.
Yeah.
You think that people want to like the same sex because it's the popular thing to do or it's been the most welcomed thing to do? Like, are you fucking crazy? everybody, if they could, would just be a white man. If they wanted equal opportunity, if they all of these things, the easiest route in life, they would just be a white man. Like, nobody chooses, oh, I want to like the same sex, or I want to be a different race. Well, actually, I guess some people out there are now deciding they want to be different races, or spoke to us like they were a different race. But those people are a little wild. It's like the people that think they're foxes and shit.
Yeah.
But if it's not affecting you, who the fuck are you to have any sort of say on this is right or this is wrong?
As long as they're not hurting themselves or other people, I mean...
It's just wild to me that people think, hey, because it says this thing in this book here, that this is the way.
Yeah.
Like, again, I don't know who raised you, but they raised you wrong. There's no problem with any of these people. Black people, Mexican people, gay people, straight people, bi people, trans people. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your life that allows you to be the one that decides what's right and what's wrong? And you may be asking me, hey, why do you get to decide? Because my opinion is right. That's why.
At least if you're at least if you're gonna disagree with it, like just leaving it as internal disagreeing, like it's once you start to actually treat those people differently, then I think you're a piece of shit.
Not
like,
only that, but
you can have your opinion on things. I feel like everyone's entitled to their opinion.
You're definitely entitled to your opinion. But the problem with that is you're going to share that opinion with people close to you. You're going to share that opinion and press that opinion upon your kids.
Yeah, your children.
And this is how things don't change.
Yeah, this is
a lot of racist people would not have been racist if it were not for their family teaching them that these people are not the right people.
Yeah.
So
100%.
You're not helping the problem, and you may think, well, the problem is them. The problem is not them. The problem is you. And again, I get so frustrated about this stuff. I know so many awesome gay people, lesbian people, whatever, anybody under that umbrella. Oftentimes, I like them more than I like you. So,
not me.
Not Amanda, no. Yes. But
maybe sometimes more than me.
It's just like, you guys, you got to get over this stuff. I get the religion thing. I get that, you want to be accepted into heaven or whatever the hell your shit says, but this is not the way. Like, come on. So take this month, sit down with yourself, sit down with your family, and talk about why that's such a big problem. Because at some point, you're going to meet somebody that falls under that umbrella, and they're going to be a really awesome person, and you're going to have to tell them, I don't agree with what you do. I don't like that you do this. I like you, but I don't like it that you do this. And nobody's ever going to feel the same way about you. That friendship will never be the same. So, anyways.
That was our serious topic for
serious topic, because it is a very serious topic. And when we have kids, I want our kids to be the most accepting people.
Yeah.
I come from a mixed family. I know my parents went through a lot of shit. I couldn't imagine on the other side of that being liking the same sex or whatever the case may be. But again, my parents taught me, who are you to judge? Unless it's hurting you in some sort of way, doesn't matter. We were just talking about people kissing. People were like, well, I don't want to see any of the PDA. I'm like, I don't like to see anybody kissing. I don't want to see, unless you're like two really hot chicks or something, I don't want to see anybody making out. I don't want to see same sex, opposite sex. I don't care. Kissing on the lips, okay. Making out makes me uncomfortable. Doesn't care who you are. Freaks me out a little bit.
I was in the grocery store trying to look up for Nina's poop bags, and there was like a high school couple just making out right in front of the bags, and I was just like standing there like, this is so fucking awkward. Okay, I'll just come back later.
You guys, you need the aisle? Okay. I'll step away.
They're like, no one's going to come in the dog food section.
Yeah. They're like, you smell this? Oh, it smells amazing in this dog food aisle. Let's make out.
It does always smell weird in there.
Anyways, how about we get onto the into the news? You got anything good in your?
I do.
All right. Well, let me.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go
fuck yourself,
San
homophobes.
Diego.
Gotcha, guys.
So this, I think I mentioned this last week about, I don't know, I might have said like one word about it, but I was on a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and someone had brought up something like, hey, my fucking kid is outrageous and I don't know what to do. And a lot of people were commenting the very same thing, saying, is your kid eating artificial food coloring?
This pay very close attention here because this fucking blew my mind.
Yeah.
And this is something that's, one, nobody's talking about, and two, is everywhere.
Yeah. So there has been a bunch of studies done that artificial food coloring actually alters children's behaviors. So artificial food coloring, like think of Fruit Loops and shit. So it's found in breakfast cereal, juice, soft drinks, candy, icing, frozen desserts, and it's linked to neurobehavioral outcomes, which like inattentiveness, hyperactivity, restlessness, increased diagnosis in ADHD in children. So there's, okay. So in 2011, the FDA did a study. So my first question is like, how the fuck is this still allowed to be in food? But so the FDA did a study in 2011 and they found it inconclusive. However, there's been a whole bunch of major independent studies, a lot done in Europe, a lot of done at like behavioral science institutes and college institutes, things like that, where they found links between artificial food coloring in children and in animals that they show it does have some link with children behavior. So the major ones that you want to look out for are going to be red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1. One article that I saw said that blue 1 actually does cross the blood to brain membrane. So it's like actually getting into your brain. I don't know so much about the red and the yellow, but like they say red 40 is one of the like most prominent ones that's affecting your kids in their behavior. So in Europe, in 2007, they did a study and basically they were like, you either got to take it out of all your shit or you got to put a warning on the box that says this food may alter your child's behavior.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but for some reason in the U.S., the FDA still allows it. So my thought process is if your kid's fucking outrageous or they got diagnosed with ADHD, really take a look at what you're feeding your kids. I mean, obviously, if you're feeding them
Gushers, popsicles.
Yes.
Just
The things that your kid probably shouldn't be
crazy
eating
cereal.
in the first place. Like it's like 60% of children's food has food coloring in it, and like cupcakes with the colored icings and like things like that. It's the bright colors that draw kids to want to eat them. Those are the things that are bad. So you want to look for natural things like beetroot juice and turmeric and just like natural things that, you know, blueberry juice or whatever. Like you want to make sure that you're using natural food colorants instead of artificial food colorants. So if your kid's acting outrageous, I would say try and limit the artificial food coloring as much as you can for 2 weeks.
And take a look in the pantry. Like, change some things out. Like you said, Sprouts, Whole Foods, there are good options for kids to eat.
Yeah.
Healthier, like,
Granted, I mean,
snacks.
People listening might be like, yeah, but those are fucking more expensive. But if your
Yeah, but
kid's
it's your kid's life.
it's your kid's life. And then also artificial food coloring is also linked to cancer. So if you have history of cancer in your family, eating shit like that is going to increase your child's risk of getting cancer in the future. Granted, I know everything gives you cancer, but it's just crazy that something so common in children's food is so highly linked to behavioral problems, and everyone just kind of writes it off as like, oh no, my
Sweep
kid
it
has
under the rug.
ADHD, so let's just put them on medication. But really, it's what you're eating and the things that you're putting into your body that are generally affecting your moods. I don't know. I just thought that was just fucking fascinating.
Super fascinating.
Everyone on that Facebook post was like, red 40, are you giving your kid artificial food coloring? And I was like, I gotta look into this shit because I've never heard of this before. And I just was reading all the studies, and it was just so insane. So insane.
It's
I don't know.
It's crazy, like, what the U.S. doesn't. The FDA is very, like, everything's about money.
Money, yeah.
Everything's about money. Just like we were talking about with the Live Golf Tour combining with the PGA, where they're like, no, those people over there are bad. They want to give all the money to the golfers, and they're like, nope, don't go over there. Don't share with them. They're bad. And then a bunch of people end up going over, getting a bunch of money, and then the PGA loses some, like, views and stuff, and they're like, we should merge with them. And they're willing to pay us a whole bunch of
Fuck
money.
what we just said, talking shit about them.
They're like, they're going to give us a huge check, so let's go ahead and merge. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. Do your research, people. And again, it's your children. So look closely into this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's probably easier said than done to, like, limit the junk food that your kid eats, but God, do you want a fucking outrageous kid, or do you want a healthy kid that acts like you want them to act?
I want a kid like Javi.
Yes.
Nice and chill.
Nice and chill.
Okay. We do not have a Ask the Listener question of the week because I usually post them on Saturdays, and I was getting blasted on Saturday, not drunk, tattooed. And so I didn't get to ask the question, but I want to pose the question here, and we'll touch on it next week before we get into our I Love the 90s and wrap this thing up. So the question for the listeners is, how do you guys, this piggybacks perfectly off of what we were just talking about, and this was not planned, how do you guys manage the frustrations you feel when you get agitated with your kid or kids? So when they're acting wild, they're doing crazy stuff, what do you do? Like, we just saw a little Instagram video yesterday of the kid, hitting?
Yeah, I, like, slapped the mom, and the mom, like, kind of, like,
went back to,
like just flinched, like, okay, nope, I need to chill.
So we know that's, I mean, we see how my sister's little girl is. She's fucking wild. I need to tell her about the red food thing. She's probably crazy. But how do you guys react when your kid is just
testing your gangster, man?
Yeah, acting wild and pushing you to your limits? Do you have a thing that you do? We kind of talked about this last week on the other episode about
mindful.
Yeah. Just like trying to
take a step back and, like, count or something.
Like, hey,
breathe.
this kid's only 3. Like, they have no idea what's going on. They don't know how to express the actual emotions they're feeling. Like, deep breaths, woosah, woosah, woosah. But what is your guys'
when you're seeing red, what do you do?
Yeah, because I would like some help, because I know that's going to happen to us, and I don't want to
react unfavorably.
Yeah, whoop my kid or anything. So, with that being said, I think it's time for our last section of the day. It's time for
What's that?
You like the 90s, Nina? Shaking your butt? Okay. I think you got a pretty good chance at least going 50-50 here. How'd you do last week?
I think I got 1, maybe 2.
Maybe you got 2 last week. Okay. Yeah, because there was like 2 black questions.
Brandy and
Snoop and Dre.
Yeah.
Which I kind of gave you that one. But, okay. We're at 50 minutes, and we're going to wrap this up. Question number 1.
Okay.
This is the real name of legendary New York rapper, the Notorious B.I.G.
Ah,
I wouldn't have known this, to be honest with you.
His real name.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marcellus or something.
That's not good. No.
I don't know.
Way off. Christopher Wallace.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Wallace. Mr. Wallace. All right. 0 for 1.
Okay.
Thought you had a chance of getting that one, but I wasn't banking on that one. Yeah. That was tough. I didn't know that answer either. Question number 2. What popular singer won a Grammy for Best Reggae Album in 1995?
Bob Marley?
No. What other reggae style, popular, say reggae, I don't even know if you would call
Shaggy?
it hip-hop. Correct. I knew the first thought was going to be Bob Marley.
Okay.
Shaggy.
Okay.
95, he won a Grammy.
That's crazy.
I didn't
I didn't even really like Shaggy like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize he made any other songs but Wouldn't Me.
Which is an awful song.
Yeah. Like,
It's fucking terrible. Just live, you get caught cheating.
yeah.
I don't like that
Get a
song.
Grammy for that shit.
Like, I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Song about drugs. And won the Children's Teen Choice Award song or whatever.
Time of the weekend. Damn, I need to make that song from Family Guy. On the weekends. I love that song so much.
I'm a virgin.
That song's amazing. Anyways, you're 1 for 1 here. I mean, 1 for 2.
Okay.
Third question. This historical show about nothing was one of television's most beloved in history.
What kind of show?
It's a historical show about nothing.
Historical show about.
It's not, take historical out of it. It doesn't have anything to do with history. But it's literally a show about nothing. A sitcom.
Friends.
No. Good guess. It's another white person show.
Well,
I don't know what Friends would be about. I guess being friends.
Seinfeld?
Correct. It's only 2 real white people show.
You said historical. I was thinking like teaching about history, not
that's
the
why-
fact that it was
that's why I
just
took it
old.
out.
Okay. Gosh.
I never really watched Seinfeld.
I like Seinfeld.
But
My stepdad loves Seinfeld. My mom hates it.
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's very adult.
I think I would like it a lot more than Friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Kramer and what's the little guy's name?
George.
George. Yeah. So I didn't know it was a show about nothing. They're just like,
It's just their lives in
Yeah,
New York
just-
or whatever.
we're just here. This is what we do. Last question. I'm going to give you a half on that one.
Okay.
So you got 1.5 right now.
Okay.
This is going to be tough. You're going to need to know an exact date here, but there's a decent chance that you'll be able to get it. What year was Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You released?
94.
Correct.
No hesitation.
Damn. I knew it. I knew you're a big fan of that song.
I love that song. It's my favorite.
Play it all the time, Nina. Yes. High five from Mom. Yes. All righty. Well, you closed it out strong.
Yes.
Nina, you excited for your mom? Yes, you are. It's been an interesting podcast, to say the least. But great job, babe.
Thanks.
I knew you would close that one out strong. I didn't have any hesitation or worry that you knew when that song came out. I tell you the fucking day too. Anyways, episode 30, you guys, coming back with our first guest next week.
Yes.
Promise. And then some big things coming soon.
Good luck with the rest of your tattoo today. I will be playing more Spyro.
Yeah. I like that.
Hopefully I
Boss.
have my appointment today too. So.
Yep. Oh, I've got an appointment here too.
Oh yeah.
So-
In an hour.
Much love, y'all.
Peace.
Deuces.